Welcome to episode 6 of That Morning Cup. Cheers. So we're going to jump right into this. Something I've been waiting for a long time to happen has officially happened. Although it has given me a little bit of an anxiety. I'm just making sure I'm framing right. Am I in the center? Okay. It's something that I caught wind of a couple months ago. That also, don't mind the hat. Absurd hat choice for this, but I just found this going through my hunting shit because turkey season's coming up in not too long, and I'm not a big turkey hunter, but I do have this hat, and quick little look at this. I know it's orange. If I flip it around, it's orange. You know, whatever. Okay, let's get to the good shit right now. It was brought to my attention that this was a couple months ago. There was rumors going around the rumor mill, right, that Metallica might be performing at the Sphere. They might be having a residency at the Sphere. Now, that was all hearsay. Well, they released it, okay? And I got to look up exactly what it was called. I think it's something... Life Burns Faster, live at the Sphere. And they were there like all of October. Let me get the exact dates. I could cry right now. I'm so excited. But I'm not probably going to be able to afford it, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. And there's a lot of things here that there's a lot of obstacles in the way. I am petrified of flying. Little known fact. Petrified. But I think at some point, which when I caught word of this rumor that they were going to be having residency at the Sphere, I sent it to the family group chat that this might be happening, and everybody laughed because, like, dude, you won't even step on a plane. My sister lived in Florida for like 2 years, and I didn't go see her because I wouldn't step on a plane. But I said, what's more metal than fly? Like, if I'm gonna die on a plane, I'm gonna die on a plane going to see Metallica, spending all my fucking money. Just going there on a fucking dream, you know. Now that would be metal if it went down and that's the way I died. Okay, so they're at the Sphere October 1st, 3rd, 15th, 17th, 22nd, 24th, 29th, 31st. It's got my heart racing because it's like, bro, tickets go live Friday, or pre-sale tickets, so we could see the price, but what they're expecting the prices to be is like too much. I want my girlfriend to go super bad, and I like don't want to go if she can't go, and I don't want her to pay this much money while she's trying to pay for school. She's working 2 jobs. She's working her balls off to go. Like, she's not. I can't justify having her pay her way to go to a Metallica concert, you know. So I'd have to pay for it, and I would like to pay for it just because I don't know. I would like to do that for her, but I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I need to get there, okay? And I said I think I'm going to fly for it. I think I would have to see them at the Sphere. This would be my 5th concert of all time, and it would be the 4th time seeing Metallica at the fucking Sphere. I would fucking explode. I would melt. I don't even know if I would make it through the whole concert. I thought the last concert was insane because I was finally on the floor and could just feel the fucking drums in my chest and in my feet. Could feel the heat from the fire. I didn't think I was going to make it out of that concert. Now I'm in the Sphere and I'm all like here and it's like, what the fuck? Dude, I would transcend. I would come out of my fucking self. I don't know if I had to work the corner. I was like, the corner's calling my fucking name now to get this money. Jesus. Panhandle? I wouldn't even, I would sell some shit on the corner for fucking 2 tickets to Metallica. The hotel is going to be 60 grand a night probably. Unless everybody subscribes, likes everything, and then maybe I could afford it by that time. This hat's ridiculous. Before I keep going on about the Metallica thing, 2 things I'm going to point out. I have this now. I've never done skincare in my entire life, ever. I was always like, why do you put the oils on your face? Let it. And I don't really ever get acne that bad. And I did skincare last night. I'm like, let me try it. Let me be quirky. And now I woke up with this thing. It's a fraud. And also last video, I was bleeding from my face. I think that's, I don't know if it was like an old pimple or whatever, but I'm thinking it was the day that I got, like, I was using a chop saw cutting metal posts for chain link fence, and a piece of metal hit me in the face, and I don't know if it, like, scabbed, and I picked the scab. I don't know. Do I have blood on my face? I'm losing my mind right now. My brain's going 1,000. I was, like, half asleep, and then my sister sent me it that she saw that, and I'm like, it's got my brain, like, I'm like, what can I do to ensure I get this money? There's not many things in this world that I get excited about, okay? I'm a pretty simple person. I'm a passionate person, but I'm passionate about very, very few things. And Metallica's number one, okay? Hunting and killing nice deer, like a nice buck, killing any deer, or harvesting any deer, you know? And just the act of hunting, I absolutely am super passionate about. Here's where the conflict comes. If I go to the first show, October 1st, that's opening day with the bow. It's opening day of hunting season, so I think I'd have to go, like, later in October to those concerts. I don't think I can go to the very first one because that's bow hunting time. But then if I go later in October, it's the rut. But I don't really give a fuck. This is like once in a lifetime thing. I even thought of flying to Athens, Greece to see them in May, but I'm like, okay, that's so much money. Like, I'm going to wait to see if they come to the Sphere. And 2 weeks after I was maybe going to go fly to Athens or whatever the fuck, try to come up with the money for that, they announced now that they're going to be at the Sphere. My heart's like racing. It's every time they announce that they're going to be close or whatever, and there's like, oh wait, I could actually maybe go to this concert, you know, if it's like, I mean, they have them in California and stuff, and now they've been all over Europe and stuff. I don't get nervous, but it's like I get like a, oh my god, am I going to miss this concert, you know? And it's like, holy shit, and the whole day, like with last concert I went to, like the week leading up, I'm like, what if we get a flat tire on the way there? Or what if, and I think of what if we get to the thing and they don't let us in? I don't know. It's like one of the very few things that I genuinely would be devastated to miss out on. I got out my window. I'm blazing. I'm stressing out here. I'm still in my work clothes and shit. I just switched my hat. I ate my breakfast, or my, I guess, lunch. It was my lunch, not my breakfast, but it was breakfast food. And then my sister sent that, and now I've just been thinking about it. That's all I've been thinking about. Metallica's got to be my favorite thing on planet fucking Earth. It's up there with like hunting and exercising and reading, but I think Metallica just goes over the crest. It's the precipice of who I am. Shit. But like I was saying, I don't have many things that get the true side of me out, and Metallica's one of them. I mean, Riley, who you know, was like, dude, I've never seen you like that because he came to the last Metallica concert. It's like it's not even like I realize it's happening. I said to him, I'm like, we were talking about music the one day, and I was talking to him about Shortest Straw by Metallica, and I was like, yeah, I was listening on the way to the gym today. I'm like, dude, I was literally going mental. I was like punching my center console, and he's like, see, I just like don't. When I listen to music, I enjoy it, but it doesn't get me that hyped or whatever. And I'm like, dude, there's certain songs that literally, like Metallica, I feel it in my body. It's not even like what song is that? That's like music doesn't have to appeal to the brain. It can appeal to the spine. It appeals to my core. I don't even think about what it's, the beats or the riffs or the lyrics anymore. It's just like, my body knows this is it. We need to fucking go crazy. Or just, I listen to Nothing Else Matters. Just anytime I listen to Metallica, chills up my body. Certain riffs, certain drum, certain lyrics, I'm like, and it feels like I'm extraterrestrial. Like I'm literally floating away, and I'm gonna evaporate into nothing, or I'm just gonna explode into the density of the sun. Can you stand the rain? By New Edition also does it to me. Not as much as Metallica, but that's got to be one of my favorite songs. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Marvin Gaye. That's another one, gets me cooking. Whitney Houston, multiple songs by Whitney, gets me ripping. Boys the Men, Motown Philly. I don't care to see anybody on concert anymore but Metallica. I had to jump right up on here. And I had to anyways because I'm going to my dad's tomorrow to build the workshop. We're like making an established workshop out of the one side of his pole barn and that to start making furniture and whatnot. And just any project we have. So I needed to get this ready to rock and roll just so it's up Friday morning. Got to edit it today, but a couple things. My leg is still absolutely crushed. My hamstring's smoked. I've been doing a lot more stretching. I've been lifting differently. I've been going hard, but I'm just not there as long. I'm being super conscious of this leg. Like, I was doing dumbbell lateral raises the other day, and the way I was standing with my legs straight or something was like killing I think it's my MCL, because on my right knee on the inside, like here's each side of my knee, it's kind of like right here where that tendon is. But I didn't hit legs for a while because it's kind of been bothering me for like, it's going on 3 weeks now. But the past like 2 weeks has been really bad. So I didn't hit legs for like the past 2 weeks, but 2 days ago I hit legs and I did squats. They have this new squat machine at my gym. I think it's called like a super squat. It's like where you plate load it and the pad goes on your back and your like shoulders. It's like a big, they're famous. They're not at many gyms, to be honest, around me, but, I did that. Walking lunges hurt my knees, period. And then I did step ups like an old man. But then I went into squats and I was like, okay, this feels fine. I could press with this leg. I could just press, period. And then I sat to do seated hamstring curls and it was searing hot pain. I'm like, ugh. But I'm thinking I'm going to maybe not run for the rest of this week. And by next week, no matter what, I have to start running. I have this marathon coming up. I can't. I mean, it'll reveal itself whether this is just like a pain or if it's like a legit injury, if something's wrong. I'm getting worried that it isn't subsiding at all, and I've been icing it. Like, normally I'm meatheaded as shit about it, but because I have the marathon looming overhead, I've been a lot more intentional and smarter with it, and with the advice of my girlfriend kind of staying on me, like, TJ, you need to stretch, you need to ice hot, like, because she had knee problems, and now she's like, she was all upset because she couldn't run that much, and now she's fucking back to being a beast running. But shout out Taya. Moving on. I've been a lot more intentional, a lot smarter than I normally would have been. I would have just kind of ignored it and kept running through it. But the fact that it's not getting better is starting to worry me that this might be something worse than I thought. But fingers crossed, hopefully it isn't. Because I started to enjoy running, and I don't think I realized how much I was starting to enjoy it now that it has been ripped away and I can't run. I'm like, wow, I really am like craving running again, which is weird because normally I would have been like, hell yes, I don't gotta run with this injury. But that could be because the marathon, like I said, is looming overhead, and that's got me fucking anxious. What else can we talk about? Oh, I did want to talk about this. So yesterday, I was not feeling like reading Lord of the Flies or The Social Conquest. So I picked up, not like picked up from the store, picked up from behind me, The Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. And I think I'm like almost done with it. I started yesterday. I'm at page 101, and it's only like 130 something pages. So I'm gonna finish this today. 140 something pages. I was ripping through it yesterday, but I was kind of skeptical on it because I'm like, what? I mean, it's a samurai. He's gonna talk about how to fight and different techniques and such. And I really enjoyed it. Like, I ripped through 100 pages yesterday like it was absolutely nothing. Because there's so many parallels to real life in it. Like he says, it is essential that the carpenter's aim be to carry equipment that will cut well, and when he has time to sharpen that equipment. that he is an expert at taking the equipment and using it to make bookshelves, desks, and even lamps, and cutting boards, and pot lids is the speciality of the carpenter. And I said, we should all be like carpenters. Instead of tools, we carry virtues, morals, and ethics, not to build, but to form opinions and make decisions. When we aren't using them, we should be sharpening them, whether that's reading or, anything that you're trying to broaden your perspective with. But I'm like, wow, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I do currently. It's just interesting that this book, I mean, Musashi wrote this in like the 1550s or 15. He didn't write the book. He wrote these 5 fundamentals of swordsmanship and such, and how to center the mind. He says, like, your body and mind, if your opponent strikes at you, your body should be making a decision without your mind hesitating. And he says, like, if your opponent's coming down crashing on you with a samurai sword, you see the samurai sword, you identify it, right? That samurai sword, he says, like, stays in space, right? And you start to think, I mean, this is all like bang, bang, bang. But you identify that the sword's coming down on you. If you're thinking about it, you're hesitating. Okay, now here's the decision that I have to make. By the time you go to make that decision, it's already slicing you in half. So he says your mind should just be fluid, like water. And your movements shouldn't be something that's thought of. It should just come natural, right? Your mind should be calm. And he says, like, if you could apply this to one person, you could apply it to 10 people, you could apply it to 100, 1,000, whatever. And if one and one fighting each other, you could use this, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my goodness. You could use this advice for one-on-one combat, then 10 on 10 could use it. 100 on 100, 1,000 on 1,000, or 1,000 on 10,000. They could use it. But it's just way more fascinating than I thought it was going to be. He's like talking of different stances, different strikes, different defenses and such. And I'm like, I was literally just like page. And before I knew it, I was already 100 pages in. I'm like, holy shit. So I'm going to finish that tonight. But I want to talk, there's other things in this that I want to talk about. Oh, like he says, the heart of the martial art of the two heavens style takes water as its foundation and exercises the practice of advantage. This is... Oh, so he says, the frame of mind for martial arts. He says, let the mind be replete without being the least bit overloaded. And then he goes on to say, do not let the mind become clouded inside. Keep it broad, and place your wisdom in that broad place. It is very important to polish both wisdom and the mind earnestly. I'm like, oh, okay, Musashi. Okay, so I think this is this is an example of what I meant by the body and the mind. Again, if through your training you can freely move your entire body at will, you will defeat others with this body. And if your mind becomes trained in this way, you will defeat others with your mind. So he's saying move your body at will. It's not something you're consciously doing. It's a subconscious answer to what your opponent is doing to you. And which I say on there, I do my little note, and I say, move without bias, think without hesitation. Become fluid, sound, whether the mind or body require connectedness or separation. He has a two-sword style of fighting too. He has a long sword and he has a short sword, which I think there's a picture in here where he's wielding both of them. I said wielding both of them, which I thought was interesting. And he talks about why this is so effective, because he says, in his stances and his attacks that he lays out, he says how there's times that you defend with the long sword and go in with the short sword, and depending on the circumstance or the location where you're fighting. Sometimes the short sword is more advantageous than the long sword. And just it's you got to pick it up honestly and read it. I didn't think it'd be that good. I mean, I've heard of this book tons of times beforehand, like for fighters and that, which makes sense. But there's deeper context and deeper ideas that you could pull from this book that are parallel to life and applicable to things outside of being a samurai. I can't find this picture of him. Where the hell is this picture of him? These pages are also like, they're like, I don't know, they're like hard to flip through, if that makes sense. Oh, here it is. See, he's got the long sword and the short sword. It was kind of shocking how much I've enjoyed this, because of what my preconceived notions were going into it, and I was like, okay, I might enjoy this, but I don't think I'm gonna love it. And I've heard about it so much, I'm like, I figured I should read it, and I've loved it so far. So I think pick it up. There's a lot of hints of stoicism in there, which I probably won't be able to find, and I hate to keep going back to the book, because this is not the most entertaining thing to watch, is me flipping through a friggin' book over and over again. But he says something in here that I thought was very stoicism coded, which I probably. This is good. This is good too. One of the virtues of the bow is that the released arrow can be watched by the eye. The rifle bullet cannot be watched, and this is a weak point. I wrote, since you are able to see your arrow flight, in case of a miss, you can see what your adjustments need to be. In the case of a rifle, it is often too difficult to identify where your bullet hit, making it difficult to make accurate adjustments. This is translatable to life. Make few, slow, deliberate choices, so if they fail, you can backtrack and identify your mistake. Don't make rifle decisions. That I thought was good. Could also not be. I could also be a friggin' idiot. On this episode of... Oh, here we go. I was just about to talk shit about myself, and here it is. Even when the action is extraordinarily lively on the battlefield, you should take the principles of the martial arts to the extreme and keep your mind unmoved. And I said so much connectedness to stoicism here. He repeats this over and over and over again. As also he repeats, you should investigate this thoroughly. He says it like after everything. But I find a lot of stoicism undertones in here, or just parallels to stoicism, where you should keep the mind unmoved. And like he says in here, and even when actions are extraordinarily lively, you should take the principle of martial arts to keep the extreme and your mind unmoved. So no matter how crazy the world is around you, or how quick, how devastating, how intense the situation might be, keep your mind unmoved. Keep yourself on a level plane. And this will allow you to make decisions easier. It'll allow you to react more effectively, because as we know, shit goes down, and people sometimes, at the far extreme, when there's like very evil things happening or traumatizing things, a lot of people tense up and just don't move, right? Or a lot of people make a brash, dumb decision. It's like the typical like serial killers walking like this, and you're right there, you're fucking right. You get to the door, you're like this with your keys, even though he's 6 miles away, but somehow he'll catch you while he's walking. If your mind is sound and it's unmoved, you'll identify he's coming after you. Michael Myers Shout out. Oh, you guys can't see him. Shout out my boy up there, Mike. I'll get him for you. Shout out my boy. If he's walking at you, right? Keep your mind unmoved, right? Don't I mean sprint away from the fucking dude because, you don't want to get stabbed, but get to the door, pull out the key, open the door, shut the door, and call 911. Don't get to the door and be doing that shit. And then he'll catch up to you. Keep the mind unmoved. Musashi's him. He knows. He was preparing us for this. But on a real note, why even go to the fucking house? I'm here. I'm here. I'm just running for however long I need to run. I'm not just like hunkering down on my house then, because we've seen time and time again, he's gonna get in the house. It's inevitable. He's gonna get in the house, and you're fucked. So just, right there. That took a fucking weird turn. I was not expecting Mike to get brought up. This coffee's hitting right now. I put a little espresso shot on the top just to shake things up, excite things up a little bit. So yeah, that's what I read that yesterday. I'm going to finish that tonight, and I need to get back to Lord of the Flies and the Social Conquest. This week has been low-key a hectic week. I got the website built for my business, Matt O'Reilly's business, the landscaping. There's just been a lot of work things related. I spent all of Monday doing that, pretty much, like all morning. Why is yesterday such a blur? I can't even remember yesterday for some reason. My brain's like going to shit. Well, no, yesterday I read that. Duh. And then today I worked. But I'm going to be wrapping this up because I'm going to go take my dog for a walk. She's overweight. So I'm trying to get her back on track and not so out of hand. It's just, it's easy to love up on the dog and give him some treats and that. But shit gets out of hand, and she's out of control weight-wise, so we got to get that reeled in. She's on a cut now. I'm going to do like a scoop of dog food, and then like maybe in the morning I'm going to give her like an egg and go on like at least 2 walks a day, which is nice for me. It's getting my steps in as well. But we need to reel it in because I had like this weird dream that she was like really fucking huge, and the vet said that she had like weeks to live, and I was like, so I kind of woke up nervous from that. I'm like, wow, I don't want my dog to die. I love my dog. She's 6. Shout out Benny. Bindi. I say Benny, but name's Bindi. So I'm going to wrap this up and go take her on a walk. I'm going to get this edited tonight so I can have it up for you guys Friday. Everybody subscribe and like and do whatever we need to do to get Big Papa to fucking Metallica at the Sphere in Las Vegas. And if I do end up flying and that plane goes down, pouring out for me, blaze some Metallica, and know the way I went down was metal as fuck. I hope everybody's week was stellar. I hope it went by fast. And let's gear up for the weekend. If you have any side hustles that you're trying to take care of, make sure you take advantage of the weekend to put the work in to maybe turn that side hustle into your main hustle, and not piss the weekends away. I feel like we're in a culture where people lose all their progress on the weekend, right? Whether you're trying to lose weight or just you're trying to become financially better off, you're trying to create a side hustle, you're trying to save money or whatnot. Don't be like Sisyphus, but don't be like what Sisyphus was doomed to from the outside looking in, and with no perspective what Sisyphus looks like he's doing, which is the same thing over and over again. One must imagine Sisyphus happy, therefore don't just keep repeating the cycle. Take advantage of your weekends. Don't use them, or don't allow them to be a setback of what you've created through the week. keep the train moving. That's going to be all. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you next Friday. I hope your glass of coffee or mug or whatever, whether it was hot or iced coffee, which, I mean, we all should be drinking hot coffee. I don't care if it's even 100 degrees out. Don't drink iced coffee. And the coffee should always, I almost just spilled it trying to show you, should be black. Talk to you guys next Friday. Peace.